Hello. Today I'm going to talk about how to make a slipcover for a wingback chair. When furniture is structurally sound but unpleasantly upholstered, a slipcover can help. Whip up a couple of slipcovers and change the look of your wingback chair anytime you like. You'll save a substantial amount of money compared with reupholstering the chair. With slipcovers, there's a lot of putting on and taking off of fabric, but the end result can be stunning. Instructions. Things you'll need: pencil, paper, fabric tape measure, 15 yards muslin, straight pins, large hand sewing needle, thread, scissors, washable fabric marking pencil or fabric marker, fabric weights or tuna cans, 15 yards chosen fabric, C-tips, sewing machine, iron and ironing surface, package hook and loop tape. 1. Make sketches of your wingback chair from the front, back and side views, and label each part. 2. Measure image by Vashisthopathik from fotolia.com. Measure each piece of material that is already on your wingback chair, and record the measurements on your sketches. Use a flexible fabric measuring tape, and drape it loosely when you use it. For example, measure from the bottom of the side, up over the arm, under the cushion, across the width of the chair, up over the other arm and down the side to the bottom of the chair. Measure the backrest and rear of the chair, the inside arm's length, add 4 inches to each, and the outside arm's length. Record the width of the wings at the widest part and add 4 inches. Measure wing height from the middle of the wing, even with the arm's height, to the top of the wing, add 5 inches and multiply by 2. 3. Marker drawing image by Shock from fotolia.com. Measure the cushion separately if you want it to have its own cover. Measure all the way around the cushion across the surface of the seat, down the side of the cushion and back around to the starting point. Add 2 inches of fabric to the cushion's dimensions to give you enough material. 4. Chair image by Joanne Cooper from fotolia.com. Lay out the muslin on a flat surface, and use the fabric pencil to mark the measurements of the fabric pieces onto the muslin. Cut the muslin into pieces that are small enough to work with, making them about 2 inches larger than you'll need for each piece to give yourself plenty of room to work. 5. Place the pieces of muslin on the chair and pin them to each other, with the edges of the muslin sticking up, making a sort of inside-out cover over the surface of the chair. Write with the fabric pencil where each piece belongs, such as top of cushion or left side panel of chair. Save the wings for last. 6. Anchor pin the fabric to the upholstery, unless the chair is leather or vinyl. This holds the muslin still while you work. To anchor the muslin, hold a pin at the front and center of the chair. Push it into the muslin at a 45-degree angle toward the outer edge of the fabric until it goes into the upholstery, then lean the pin's head toward the outer edge of the chair, pivoting the shank of the pin out away from the chair, and push the pin all the way into the upholstery. Smooth any wrinkles out of the muslin, but do not stretch it. Place another anchor pin at the left side, then at the right side. Continue pin fitting the muslin until the chair is covered with an inside-out model of a slipcover that is to your liking. 7. Sewing machine image by Peter Baxter from fotolia.com. Carefully remove the muslin pieces from the chair, and use them as pattern pieces. Use the fabric weights or tuna cans to hold the fabric in place. Cut out the fabric leaving a 1-inch seam allowance. 8. Hand baste the pieces with a hand sewing needle and thread along the pin seams, if desired, and try the slipcover on the chair. Machine baste the slipcover. Use the longest basting stitch when sewing the slipcover, especially if you're new to sewing or if there are any unusual characteristics of your wingback chair. Seams may need to be ripped out and resewn, and long stitches are easier to rip and redo. 9. Sew the cushion cover if you're doing a separate cover for the cushion. Fold over the edge and sew a hem for the cushion closure, then sew hook and loop tape onto the edges where the cushion slipcover should close. Sew the hard hook side on first, and position it so that it will face in toward the cushion. Sew the fuzzy side to the other side of the opening so that it will face out and make contact with the hook side of the tape. 10. Accent Chair Image by James Phelps from photolia.com. Slip on the cover, and check the fit. Make note of anything that needs to be changed. Carefully remove the slipcover and make the changes. Check for fit again. When you have the right fit for your chair, resew the seams with a short, tight, straight stitch. 11. Try the slipcover on the chair again, and mark the length needed on the hems at the bottom. Pin the fabric under just as it will be when completed. Remove the slipcover, iron the hems if desired, and sew on the machine. Use a medium or short straight stitch. 12. Iron the slipcover if desired and put it on your chair. Tips and warnings. Railroading, which is running the fabric horizontally instead of vertically up and over the chair, can use less fabric. The smaller the pattern, the easier the slipcover is to make. Large patterns need to be matched carefully, and this uses more fabric. You may be able to use fabric scraps for the wings and cushion boxing strips. Fabric weights can save time because you do not have to pin the materials as much, or at all, while you cut out the pieces. If working with asymmetrical furniture, turn the pin-fit pieces of muslin upside down before placing on fabric to cut out the fabric, because sewing the slipcover inside out won't work with asymmetrical furniture. Making the pieces a little too big and then sewing the seams tighter is much easier to fix than cutting the fabric too small. Resources: 100 Weekend Decorating Ideas, Better Homes and Gardens, 2007. Thanks for watching. See you soon.